Jameel McCline, no joke, as they say in the business. This on the undercard of Shane Mosley and Adrian Stone. What do you make of this? Teddy builds a guy from the inside out.
Absolutely. You know, the first thing is about the McCline fight. Moskaev lost to Kirk Johnson, then gets right back in there with Matt Whitaker, was destroyed. So this is a kind of a tough opponent to be taking right after a loss. Teddy's either going to be great for Michael Grant or terrible for Michael Grant. As Mike Tyson said, he's not for everyone. He's very tough. Like the Bobby Knight of boxing. We're going to find out whether it's going to be great or bad.
Later on here on the program, we're going to be talking to Michael Grant and also to Teddy Atlas as well. Right now, though, live boxing. Rocky Juarez is stepping into the ring. Let's go back to Sean and Scott. Gentlemen?
Thanks, fellas, very much. We bring you back live on Friday Night Fights to the Memorial Civic Center in Canton, Ohio. Fabian Espinosa versus Rocky Juarez. 4 rounds in the featherweight division. Rocky Juarez out of the red corner. 5'3", just 21 years old. Was a contender for a spot on America's 2000 Olympic team. Unbeaten in 3 fights with 2 KOs. His opponent, Fabian Espinosa, fighting out of Miami. 23 years old, 5'6". 4-2-1 with 4 KOs in his pro career. Jim Villers is again our referee in this bout. Remember, still to come, 10 rounds of heavyweights. Our main event tonight, Vasily Girov versus Adolfo Washington.
Rocky Juarez, we've seen him fight in the amateurs. Sean, I'll tell you what, he's a talented young fighter, but it looks like he's got a challenge against him tonight.
Juarez still at this stage of his career. With his 4th pro fight, of course, still facing 4-round opposition. I would think he will only have a couple of more 4-round fights and then move on, Scott.
You got to step up the pace and move up. The only way you get better.
Underway, round number 1. Juarez is in the white with blue and red trim. Espinosa in the white with just the blue trim.
I got to say, they're nice-looking trunks.
Juarez also has Juarez on his back, which may help everyone.
I'm sure Espinosa wondering what this guy's like and wants to feel him out. Thinking to himself, this guy's an amateur, I'll take him out of here. The thing about that amateur program, you get confidence in yourself and you learn some moves.
Juarez trying to establish the left jab early. Espinosa again, the second time he's gone downstairs. Look at that wild right hand missing. Juarez on the counter.
Juarez is very comfortable in there, of course, and very confident and can see all the punches, and that's the key. Seeing those punches and getting out of the way.
Juarez taking his time, trying to establish that jab. Leading with the left hook there.
Like to see what he's doing there with the feints, not letting the guy get set on him.
Juarez to the body. Espinosa wants to throw that right hand to the body. He's thrown it and missed 3 times now here in round number 1.
I'm surprised that Juarez is at the 127 limit. I expected him to fight a little lighter. I thought he was at 118 in the amateurs, wasn't he?
Moving up as a professional, but looking comfortable at that weight. Spinning his man, pushing off. On the belt line by Espinosa. The referee didn't see it.
Espinosa showing no respect, coming forward, throwing his shots. Juarez has got to stop him in his tracks when he comes forward like that.
More of a slap.
Whoa! Nice left hook. Nice left hook. That came from nowhere, just a short little hook.
Espinosa threw the right hand. It was a slap. Got counted by Juarez.
Okay.
He will continue.
20 seconds to go in this round.
And throwing those big shots to the body. Juarez is going to try to end it in 1. Looks like we will have round number 2 when we come back on Friday Night Fights.
Fortunately for Emily, Dr. Fontaine was in the office early, while someone else was preparing the marketing plan to sell his home. At 11, he was making his rounds instead of making the rounds at City Hall. At 1 p.m., he was giving Julie good news instead of assembling property information. And by the time Dr. Fontaine wrote the day's last prescription, someone else was at his home meeting a prospective buyer. You've got a life. We let you live it. We're realtors. Real estate is our life.
I'll tell you what, Rocky Juarez caught him with a short left hook right on the chin and just staggered him back into the ropes, tried to get at him and finish him. But I'll tell you what, Espinosa definitely felt that left hook. And another left hook, just same way, right on the chin, right there.
Round number 2, featherweights. Take a look at punches in round number 1. Huge advantage for Rocky Juarez. Espinosa landing just 4.
He threw a lot of punches, but most of them were just a draft. Big, wide punches. Everybody in the room saw him coming. I'll tell you what, Espinosa still isn't showing any respect. Still throwing bombs, trying to take him out.
Got caught with that left hand by Rocky Juarez.
Again.
Fabian Espinosa not shy about unloading with the haymaker right hands. Just not found any success in doing so.
Absolutely showing a lot of heart. No fear. He seems to get caught when he gets close to big right hand again.
It was the right hand that got through Scott.
He's definitely hurt right now.
Espinosa may be in trouble trying to tie up.
Juarez, very sharp tonight.
See Espinosa throwing wide, really slapping his punches. He's just not turning his wrist over.
Nothing straight about him, and it makes it very easy for Juarez to block him and counter him. Especially when he misses, he leaves himself wide open. He's caught with a hook there.
Warning by referee Jim Villar's late punch by Fabian Espinosa.
Nice little body shot to Juarez, and Juarez came back, tried to hit him with one again. There's a nice body shot.
Espinosa, for some reason, Scott, starting to stick out his tongue. I'm going to say that's a bad idea. Juarez just missing with the uppercut, then with that left hand. So Juarez is in control.
Being a referee, Sean, did you watch this fight? This referee seemed to be doing a good job letting him go.
The main thing I look for in other referees is they're not interfering. It's so much better to talk guys out of a clinch than to just jump in and assert yourself into a fight. Round number 2 coming to an end. Round number 3, featherweight division, when we return.
Welcome back to TSN Tonight. I'm David Amber. The third round of the 130th British Open is in the books. Just who would be rising up the leaderboard on moving day? Well, here's how it looks. Heading into Sunday's final round, David Duval, Ian Woosnam, Bernhard Langer, and Alex Cechka all tied with the lead at 6 under. Tiger Woods is 5 back. He's at 1 under par. For Duval, says he doesn't feel any pressure, even though he's still going for that first major.
I want to take that trophy home tomorrow. You know, I mean, that is, but I also want to play really well. I mean, if I go shoot 65 again tomorrow and I get beat.
Espinosa, the white with the blue trim. We'll see punches through round number 2. Rocky Juarez really putting his mark on this fight. Espinosa landing just 11% thus far, Scott.
I know, and that's the last round, he just dominated it. I gave it to him 10-8 just because of the domination. Sometimes referees or judges don't want to use all 10 points, but I do.
It's a very good use of the 10-8. People think that a 10-8 has to be with a knockdown. It's more for domination.
He's hurt.
Fabian Espinosa still continuing to throw, getting on the inside. Definitely hurt, though.
He got tagged twice with right hand. This is a good fight for Juarez because it makes them realize professionals come to fight.
And they come to throw. Espinosa's been sloppy with that right hand, but he throws it with such bad intentions and so wide that if it lands, it could really do some damage on Rocky Juarez. That right hand to the body, not much effect though.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they hurt after a while. The little kidney shots, they definitely open your eyes up. Oh, look at that left hook. Look at that left hook. He's opening up on him now.
Juarez upstairs into the body. Espinosa slapping with the left hand. Juarez countering as Espinosa ties his man up.
Juarez doing the job, going up and down. It's like a keyboard. He's playing like a piano here.
At this point, if I were Juarez, I would be more concerned with an accidental headbutt because as Espinosa is becoming desperate here in round number 3, he's really leading with his head.
And his elbows. Pushing his head in there. But pretty quick he's going to lean in there and get caught with an uppercut. There's this right here. There's the uppercut.
Well done by Juarez on the inside. A lot of space open on the inside. He needs to keep letting his hands go. The referee is letting him fight correctly. Body shot. Mouthpiece comes out.
Nice body shot.
Not getting up. This is going to be it.
He's up. He's up.
That's it. Stoppage. Up at 10. Jim Villers, even though his man, Fabian Espinosa, up at 10, electing to call this bout to an end.
What a great body shot. Great body shot.
And that's the one-punch knockout to the body that Rocky Juarez ends this fight with. Juarez now 4-0 in his very young career, showing impressive punching power. Scott, let's see this knockdown.
Juarez coming forward here, throwing little jabs. Ooh, it buried that left hook in there. Threw the little jab and buried the left hook. Here's another shot. You can see a better angle here, maybe. There. See how he dug it in there? Just buried it in there. You can't do anything about that.
2:33 of round number 3. Rocky Juarez is your victor. He is the man to watch at the featherweight division, defeating Fabian Espinosa. Juarez looking impressive and finishing it with the body shot. Back we go to the studio. Here's Brian and Max, guys.
Sean, thank you very much. Rocky Juarez moves up to 4-0. Just moments ago, we saw Michael Grant and Teddy Atlas in the gym together. Now, you know, Teddy slapped him on. I hate when he does that. He does that to you all the time before the show. Let's join them right now. Michael Grant again facing Jameel McCline tomorrow evening in Las Vegas. And Michael and Teddy Atlas joining us right now from the ESPN Zone in Las Vegas. And Michael, let me start with you. How did you address it? How did Teddy address the loss to Lennox Lewis, and how you either put that in your past or use that for some fuel for the fire?
It's definitely in the past. You want me to comment on that?
Yeah, you.
Okay, great. That fight is definitely in the past, and you know, we look forward to the future right now. You know, since I've switched hands with new trainers with Teddy Atlas, and you know, basically, I'm just happy right now to be with him.
Michael, if you don't mind, I got to direct this question at my man over there. Teddy, Mike Tyson made the comment, he likened you to Bobby Knight. He said, Teddy's a great trainer, but he's not for everybody. And I just made the comment, either this partnership between you and Michael Grant's going to be great or it's going to be disastrous. How is Michael Grant's psyche holding up to your kind of training and discipline?
Michael wants to fight. He wants to be corrected. And he knows that there's a day he has to get in the ring, and that day happens to be tomorrow. So he wants discipline. He wants the things that he thinks will better him for that night. And it's been easy. It's been a guy who's been wanting to be directed. It's a guy who's been open to that kind of discipline and that kind of direction. And that's all I ask. So
Michael, let me ask you the same question. How is it getting, because Teddy is known and everybody knows it as a disciplinarian, as a guy who's into the psychological aspect of the sport and is very strict, and as Mike Tyson said, you have to have a certain kind of mentality to deal with him. How has it been dealing and learning from him?
I'll be honest with you, it hasn't been that hard for me because we have the same identity as far as being on the same wavelength. You know, hey, I want to learn. I want to get in there and be highly educated of this sport because, you know, I did it all before just on skill and talent alone. Now I'm in it for the education and want to go out there and express myself in a way, you know, in an educational way that everybody knows that, you know, how Mike Grant is now developing to be a great fighter.
And Michael, you say developing, and of course Lennox Lewis got you on the rise, and I think everybody recognizes that he got you a little early for you. Now you're facing a guy who's no joke, Jamil McCline. You know him. Are you worried about falling into the same trap? Teddy has mentioned it would have been better having a fight first before fighting a guy that's tough, but the money is there. Are you worried about that same sort of trap that you're Michael Grant, you can make some money if you take this fight, but maybe it's not the best fight for you, the boxer?
I mean, this is not no money. You know, I'm just happy right now to climb back into the ring and go after, you know, a worthy opponent right now and who's looking to establish himself with the network. So I'm really just to go out there and expose this guy with great, you know, with the education of what Teddy teaches and just go out there and be a pro.
Teddy, how have you found Michael's learning curve? You've trained many top world-class guys. How's the learning curve been with Michael? I know when you take on a new guy, sometimes you take that one step backwards to take 2 steps forward, but how's it been so far?
Oh, you're right. It's one thing learning, it's another thing getting the reflexiveness, the spontaneity to where you can actually do it without thinking about it in the fight. And that'll tell a lot Saturday, but he's improved more and more and more. And his greatest asset probably isn't his height, it's probably not his power, it's probably not his jab, it's probably his intelligence. And I'm boggling on that's helped us to develop. That's helped him understand quickly and as quick as he's needed to in the last 8 weeks exactly what it is that we're embarking on. And as you said, it's no walk in the park, but I believe that he's going to be fine tomorrow night.
All right, Teddy Atlas moonlighting on us with Michael Grant in Las Vegas, getting ready for Jamil McCline. Hey Michael,
let me ask
best
you
of
one
luck
question.
to you.
Can I ask you guys one question?
Yeah.
Now that Max does a little bit of this, color analyst stuff on Tuesdays, could you give me a little advice, me and Michael a little advice for tomorrow night?
Just a little bit. Give me a little.
That's the key word.
Okay, here's the advice, Michael. Listen to your trainer.
All right, thanks, Mike.
Very good. Thanks, fellas.
All right, Mike.
Oh,